For 300 years, Russia had been ruled by the Romanovs, a legacy of powerful Tsars. This dynasty came to an end when the last Romanov family was executed by a socialist revolution that was sweeping the country. Nicholas II, the last Tsar of Russia, was crowned on May 14, 1896. He married a German princess, Alexandra Fedorovna. They had 4 daughters and a son named Alexei. The royal family members were huge celebrities and lived a luxurious life in their 1,000-room palace. However, despite Nicholas's peaceful family life, he faced more serious problems in ruling Russia.
Nicholas's first mistake was the Russo-Japanese War in 1904. After a humiliating defeat, the Russian people began demanding reform. The mounting tension built up until January 22, 1905, a day known as Bloody Sunday, when the army in St. Petersburg opened fire at a group of protesters. Finally, the violence forced Nicholas to establish a parliament called the Duma, decreasing his authority. After Russia entered World War I in 1914, Nicholas's situation became even more worse. The inflation and food shortages caused discontent among the people. All these problems were blamed on the Tsar and his wife.
Like the rest of the Russian Tsars, Nicholas II was a monarch with absolute authority. He was head of the government as well as the Orthodox Church. However, he wasn't a really effective ruler, and he was weak-willed and gave most of the decision-making to his wife, Alexandra. And to make matters worse, Alexandra was hated by the Russians because they thought that she was a German spy.
Alexandra placed her trust in a man known as Grigory Rasputin, who was a mysterious figure of the Romanov period. Hoping that he could heal her son's hemophilia with his supernatural powers, she invited him into the palace. But Rasputin was basically a con artist, and rumors say that he seduced the empress herself. These rumors left the peasants unsettled, for they believed him an evil man, and so the local prince killed him in 1916, claiming that it was an act to save Russia.
Shortly after Rasputin's death, there was the March Revolution in 1917. Driven by an increasing frustration, a series of protests and mutinies forced Nicholas to abdicate the throne. The Russian government was quickly overrun by a group called the Bolsheviks, led by Vladimir Ilyich Lenin. Lenin was a revolutionary Marxist from a Russian town called Simbrsk. Under slogans such as peace, land, and bread, he promised to end the war and establish reform. When he came to power, he began a policy destroying all opposition, including suspected anti-communists.
Since some people still supported the old monarchy, Lenin knew that the Romanovs were dangerous enemies, so Nicholas and his family were held captive in Ekaterinburg. However, as long as they were alive, they would always be a threat to the revolution.
On July 16, 1918, Nicholas and his family were woken up in the middle of the night. A man informed them that they had to move downstairs to the basement. Then he lined them up in chairs, explaining that they had to pose for a photograph to prove they had not escaped. Suddenly, 11 armed Bolsheviks entered the room. Yurovsky said, "In the view of the fact that your relatives are continuing their attack on Soviet Russia, the Euro Executive Committee has decided to execute you." The soldiers opened fire, brutally massacring the Romanov family.
It is rumored that Anastasia, the fourth and youngest daughter, may have escaped on that night, which has become a topic of mystery and intrigue. Although it is largely believed that Anastasia was sent to the basement and killed, people began speculating that Anastasia and even her brother Alexei had escaped.
In fact, when the buried remains of the Romanov family were found, the 2 bodies were missing.
The theory that the children had survived had many flaws. First of all, since Anastasia was very famous, it would have been very difficult for her to hide. The rumors recently put to rest when the remains of both Anastasia and Alexei were found in only a short walk away from the rest of the Romanov family. DNA testing has proved that they are both indeed the missing children.
After the murder of the Romanov family, the Russian monarchy came to an end. With Lenin at the head of the Socialist Revolution, the death of the Romanov led to the beginning of a new chapter in Russian history.
Okay. Action!
Where's the gun ball?
It's right there.
Oh, but it's all sandy.
You don't like it if it's a sandy?
No.
Why not?
Ah! Because it's all sandy, so I don't like it anymore.
Okay, Reika, shh. Oh, it's recording.
Woo!